recording. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure I've confused the bejesus out of my group because you're all used to me going live about an hour later to now. But I'm actually guesting on another workshop at the top of the hour again. So needed to move you guys earlier. But as you know, all of these recordings are available. Let me know if you want to see the recording and we'll get it out to you. So what I want to do is I want to share my screen. And then I'm going to start, because I immediately put myself in the way of the button I want to press, which is to start my presentation now. Because today we're talking about changing your state and your mindset using breathwork and movement. It's probably not going to be your usual kind of workshop from me, but it's going to be something different. And it's something that I love to talk about because I love doing breathwork. I love facilitating breathwork, and movement is what our bodies are designed to do. So in our life, there are frustrations and things that satisfy us, things that light us up. In a lot of cases, when I talk to coaches, I'm talking to them about the confusion they find, or procrastination, distraction, and tension. And the consequence for them is that they give up on their business and they give up on their clients. Yeah. But for you, it may be that you get so caught up in life, the universe, and everything, you forget something really important. So let's go on to the satisfaction side. What lights you up? Again, when I'm talking to coaches about this, I talk to them about weathering storms, serving their clients. But mums everywhere need to maintain momentum, keep themselves motivated, and invite themselves into a better version of their own life. And those coaches then achieve their business goals. They create their client successes. If you're a client of mine, by teaching you those things, then you become a client success story for me. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this great big diagram. I'm not even going to talk much about it, but it's important that you know that your comfort zone is that bit right in the middle. On this slide, it's known as the window of tolerance because it's a posh slide from a psychotherapy training. But your ability to stay within your comfort zone is governed by a lot of things. And what I'm going to help you with today are two of those methods, breathwork and movement, to either create a bigger comfort zone, expand your comfort zone, or to regulate your nervous system to get back in it, into that cool, calm, collected, and connected space. If anybody, so I've got dog hair sticking to me today. My dog is molting like a lunatic. Anybody who's done any work with me or seen any of these sessions before knows that at any moment, you know who's lurking down there, going to just appear. But anyway, so this slide is available. If you want it, I can send it to you. It's just a PDF. But I wanted to show that your fight and flight or your freeze response are outside your comfort zone. And that is why you would want to make your comfort zone bigger, or why you would want to get yourself back in it. So there's the outside world and your inside world. And this is how I describe how amazing breathwork is. So take a minute. If you're watching the recording, by all means, pause, but list your outside influences. The kind of things I'm talking about are people, noises, the tasks you've got on your to-do list, creating a safe space for you to work in or meditate in, or creating a safe space for your children to just be kids. All of those things are influences that are outside you, literally everything that's outside you, even to the point of you're wearing a jumper and the wool makes you itch. And that's an outside influence. On your inside world is made up of your organs, your body functions, your physical fitness or illness, Hormone rushes. Funny story, little interjection here. I used to have an aunt, most amazing woman. And when I started menopause, she gave me the most amazing bit of advice. And it is that hot flushes are not hot flushes. They're power surges. Yeah. So keep that one in your pocket. Also, your inside world is made of memories, worries, and hidden and held trauma. And the cool thing about breath work is it literally bridges the gap between these two worlds. And by employing conscious and deliberate breath, you can connect your environment, say your place of safety, to your organs. Sounds bizarre. You don't even have to understand it because it works. But it's literally the rhythmic rise and fall of your diaphragm moving up and down in your body and calm all of your organs and your functions. And that's to say nothing about how different breathing techniques can increase not only your heart rate, but your ability to focus. Yeah? It can literally provide your brain with what your brain needs to shut off the outside world and to focus. So this is how it works: breath, movement, and practice. I'll go through each of these individually, but I want to say before we start that we're not aiming for perfection, not even close. Yeah? It's not what this is about at all. I've just had a thought. Did I restart the recording? I hate it when I do that. Yes, I am recording. If anybody's watching the recording, I'm recording. Anyway, breath, movement, and practice. And like I said, we'll go through each of these together. When you breathe, and you breathe in that conscious and deliberate way, you can choose what energy to bring into your body and what energy to release from your body. I lead trauma-informed breathwork sessions, which each have an intention, so we can get really specific on how the breath supports the body. Breathwork can also change your blood chemistry, increasing oxygen or decreasing oxygen and increasing carbon dioxide. It can have different effects depending on what it is you're aiming for. And breathwork can create such focused attention that you don't hear the outside world, or such focused relaxation. Just notice I'm saying those around the wrong way, but it makes perfect sense. Focused attention or intense relaxation can be brought on by that rhythmic breathing. And this is one of the things that I often bring up with new clients in particular, because a lot of people come to me and say, one, I can't meditate. Two, I just can't meditate. Three, I can't meditate because. And then the becauses are all of those things in the outside world that if you were more connected with, wouldn't distract you nearly so much. And the great thing about the breath work that I do and that I teach, there is music, there is my voice prompting you, and there is the act of breathing in that curated way that enables you to focus on your breath and nothing else. So let's go to movement. Movement is meditation for your body. And if you don't understand what I mean, after you've watched this video, go for a walk and just focus on each step. Not the muscles that get you there, but that point where your feet touch the ground. Step, 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 step. After a while, you'll realize that there is so much going on automatically in each of your steps. There's the balance of your weight from foot to foot. There's the rocking of your pelvis to take the weight of your whole body without it, dropping as you take your foot off of it, depending on whether you're doing one of those runway walks or if you're doing like a straightforward marching type walk. There's a lot going on when you walk. And literally just walking, or if you're feeling more energetic than I do most of the time, go for a jog, a nice gentle jog. I'm not talking in this sense about competitive movement. I'm talking about just plain walking. This in itself can balance your blood chemistry. Breath can change it. Movement can balance it. And this rapid release of tension that always happens when you go for a walk. When I go for a walk, I'm talking about myself here. I find that sometimes, no matter how bad the mess on my desk gets, right, I can clear my mind, just go for a walk. Just go for a walk, get a grip, come back, and I know what I want to focus on next. But in particular, if you put a bit of loud music on and bounce around in the kitchen, that can release tension too. And also trapped worry. It can also help you to move out of procrastination in that example that I gave. If I end up with too much stuff going on, I'll go for a walk. It clears my head, moves my body, and gets me ready to make a decision on what work I'm going to do next. So next comes practice. And for you, right, I can't tell you how to do this. The only time I can tell you how to do this is if you were my client and we spent an hour working out what works for you. Because don't forget, this is your mind, your lungs, your body. So creating a practice or a flow is not about creating perfection or even aiming for it. It's about choosing to change your state, which is what this whole presentation is about. Think of how necessary your body is for your mission. Whether that's a mission to be the best mum on the planet, or, for instance, a public speaker. Your hands type, your mouth speaks, and your heart connects you with your family, teachers of your children, other people, any other person, your dog, yeah? Your heart is what connects you. And all of this comes from your body. So let's take a moment and breathe together. I've only got one person watching me live. So if you'd like to put your pen down, the lady who's watching me live is the greatest note taker on the planet. Seriously, she's probably got me word for word for the last 20 minutes. Anyway, so let's breathe together. And this is going to be so easy because I'm going to put an animation on the screen. And I just want you to follow it. Breathe in as it expands and breathe out as it contracts. Another one. Now you keep going while I'm talking. This kind of breathing is called a balanced breath. It's where you breathe in for the same duration of time as you breathe out for. And there are no stops. There's no holding at the top or holding at the bottom. It's just in and out. And you can literally do this all through your nose, in through your nose, out through the mouth, or in and out through your mouth. The only way I would not recommend doing it is in through your mouth and out through your nose, because that confuses your nervous system. By breathing in this balanced way, you're telling your nervous system that it is safe. In this moment, in this body, you are safe. Because you're telling your body that there's no need to breathe rapidly or to increase oxygen levels ready to run. Yeah? You're just breathing steadily in and out. In and out. So, do you need help to breathe or move? I've had people sit in front of me and say, you don't need to teach me how to breathe, I'm a grown-up. Yeah. Or I've had athletes tell me that they don't need to be taught how to move. But I question them, all of them, because until you've done breath work and learned how to breathe on that conscious and deliberate level in your body, then you don't know how to breathe. All you know is how to breathe in order to live. You don't know how to breathe. And as far as athletes and movement, I've done work with an athlete who was so unaware. This guy was a gymnast. He was so unaware of the individual movements leading to a bigger movement because his body was trained. When he was younger and he was learning, how to do a cartwheel or how to do a flip-flop or, how to do a standing back somersault, then he was learning, but he'd lost that awareness of his body moving to the point where it had become almost automatic. You could tell him a series of moves and he'd just go do it. No thinking. And though I can see a lot of good in that for an athlete, he's lost that connection with his body. Breath is completely free and also the most valuable resource. Beyond the obvious, it can do so much more if you choose to employ it. And your body is designed to move. And that movement can start with your diaphragm rising and falling. So why create a flow in the first place? By flow in this context, I'm thinking of a combination of breath and movement. Yeah? Flow is often used to describe a series of movements in yoga. And this is the kind of flow that I'm talking about, a series of connected breath shapes and body movements. Simple ones can be, to start your hands here, and as you breathe in, raise your hands. As you breathe out, and fall. You're employing movement and breath together. This can really wake you up in the morning and calm you down if you're hectic. You can make a little game of it with your children even. But I haven't got time to go into the depths of a daily breath routine. So I'm going to give you two names. Yeah, Tony Robbins. If you look up on YouTube, something like Tony Robbins Daily Routine, yeah, he's got at least a couple of videos where he talks about his morning routine. Now, we've got to bear in mind that we don't all have the resources that Tony Robbins has, but we do have one thing that's exactly the same as him. We have a human body. Yeah? And we can choose to look after and connect with that body on whatever level we choose. We could continue to go through life totally ignoring our body and totally ignoring our breath. But I hope that this workshop will teach you that there's a little bit more to it. Sam Skelly, or Samantha Skelly, is the lady who taught me this certificate here. This is the Trauma-Informed Breathwork certification. If you go to my website, buried in my website somewhere, there's a link to her breathwork journey. And depending on how she's got her page set up, it will either take you to a single tryout session, or it may take you to a page. I've noticed that it does flip-flop, it does change. Take you to a page where you can actually pay a small amount for, I believe it's a 6-week breathwork journey. Or, of course, you can work with me. But above all, listening to your body is what's important. So if all you do is take a conscious and deliberate deep breath in, before your first swig of coffee in the morning, that's breath work. And it's awareness. And it's involving your body in your day. Yeah? And this animation, sure you can get it anywhere. I actually found this animation on Canva. But there are also little lamps that you can buy that are about this big. and they project onto your ceiling an expanding light and a decreasing light, expanding light and decreasing light, so you can control and breathe intentionally to help you get to sleep. So apart from just in and out, there are a number of different ways to breathe that will create different things. This method is called triangular breathing. I'm betting all of you know where that came from, because you breathe in for a count, hold for a count, and then out for a count, and straight back in again. So you follow, hoping the pointer will work. So you start here, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, just holding at the top. And this will create a regulating and calming effect on your body. Just that little hold at the top. And it also raises your energetic vibration while regulating and calming your nervous system. This is essentially the same drawing, but see how many of you have noticed the difference. In for 4, hold for 4, and then out for 8. This has an even deeper calming effect on your nervous system. Long exhales are what you do when you're safe. If you come out of your Stone Age cave first thing in the morning, and on the other side of a bush, you notice the tail of a tiger swooshing. So you know the tiger is awake. The last thing you're going to do is because you're not safe. Your breathing will become rapid and quiet and really shallow. So this way of breathing signals to your body that you are safe. So you start here and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll show you. And then breathe straight back in again. Square breathing is great for creating space. And the big number 4 in the middle of this picture is because you are using the count of 4 on each side. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. You can use this breath when you want to create room for creativity or space in which to just think. I've used this breath in a lot of ladies' restrooms when I've been in meetings that are difficult. Excuse myself for a moment. Just going to pop to the loo. In, hold, out, hold. It fuels your brain. By holding at both ends, each breath becomes more impactful for your body. And once you get used to breathing at a 4 count, you can go to a 6 or even an 8. Yeah? Or you can allow your body to completely dictate the length of these breaths. You can breathe in until you are completely and utterly full. Hold until your body requires that you release. And breathe out as slowly as you possibly can. And then hold empty for as long as you can. This kind of breathing creates extreme focus, right? Extreme focus. I'm not going to demonstrate this one because we've got more slides to do and I want to stay in this state, my current energetic state. So to do this, you breathe in and out through your nose rapidly, 50 times. So it's in, out, counts as 1, yeah? Like that. And then you do the same thing in and out through your mouth. 50 times. And then 10 times, breathe in slowly through your nose, out slowly through your mouth, and re-establish balance. The reason why this creates focus is because the breathing rapidly in and out of your nose stimulates your body and your brain. Breathing rapidly in and out your mouth changes your blood chemistry to increase the oxygen. And then the slow breaths bring your nervous system back to a place of safety, this new state installed. Yeah. So I was about to say, fill the chat box. Oh, actually, we can do it, can't we? Fill the chat box with all of your ideas of what counts as movement. So now I'm going to look specifically at movement. As I don't record the chat box, so the person who's here, get writing. All the things you can think of, examples of movement. Maybe leave a space underneath it, because if you haven't got any of these, you need to add them in. Walking, jogging, running. Indoors is fine on a treadmill if you must, but in nature is better. Yoga, qigong, going to gym, or doing home weights, but also dancing, housework, singing, and my personal favorite, bouncing. This bouncing is, as if I can make a leg. Yeah, actually I can't make it because my chair isn't high enough. Right, this is my foot on the floor. Raise your heels so you're standing on pointy toes, and then bounce. What that does, just bouncing, keeping your toes on the ground. I mean, I do it when I'm sitting down, actually. I'm doing it right now. Who would know? Bouncing does two things. Not only does it make you grin, I can't help it when I do it, makes you grin, right? But what it does is it stimulates your nervous system, again, to know that there is safety. There's the ground underneath your heels each time you tap your heels on the ground. Quite often when I'm leading guided meditations, I will encourage people to wiggle on their chair, to feel their bum bones on the surface that's holding them up, and then to tap their heels on the ground, to reconnect their nervous system with this grounded feeling of solid underneath their feet. So, enough talk. Let's do some of this. To start with, let's try this one. So when you're ready, breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Long exhale. Keep going. Blow, blow, blow till you're empty. And then gently breathe in. I hope that my lovely viewer has drawn this out for her, and we'll practice it later. But let's do this one. Are you ready? In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And hold. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And hold. There you go. It's that simple. It's that easy. These breath patterns can be repeated once or twice, or lots and lots. Now, this one, I want to play you some music, but what I need to do is I need to escape from full screen presentation, go to my music, The last time I used this track, I was presenting it to a group of people called the Gladiator Mastermind, in their March event. So I'm going to start this playing, and then I'm going to relaunch the slide so that you can see the slide. Okay, so we'll start there. I'm hoping you can hear it, actually. Right, Gina, if you can't hear this, can you come off mute and tell me? Without the light, or the darkness found. So here's the slide. You breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth, either in time with the music or in time with your body. Just in and out. In and out. Go whatever pace suits your body. Some people breathe quite quickly on this. Keep going. Consistent in through your nose, out through your mouth. That's it. Keep going. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep going. In through your nose. Keep going. Now I'm going to change the style of the music. This has got a different rhythm. And we're going to breathe in and out through the mouth. Yeah. This is going to be more important for you to set your own pace on this one. If you feel dizzy, put your palm on the flat of your head. So your mouth will become dry, but try and stick to it. Try and stick to the pace of bringing your air in and then blowing out. And in, out. Now I'm going to switch over to this last track. And I want you to get off of your chairs. Off your chair. Seriously, off your chair. Yes, I'm talking to you, young lady. Bounce. Punch out with the air. Don't even worry about your breathing, because when you move, your body will breathe as you need it. But I can't. There's love for long, for long. Keep moving. You've got just over a minute to bounce this stuck energy out of you. Release it. Immortal. Okay, sit yourself back down again. Oh. So who feels different? Yeah? It's all a state change is to feel different. Yeah? Right, I'm just looking at the chat to see if we had any questions come in. We had stretching, yoga, strength training, jumping rope. Ginny said that she can hear the music, which was cool because I didn't check chat to make sure she could hear it. But the music went, but she's still bouncing. Okay, if anybody wants to know the tracks that I used for that little mini winnie breathwork and movement session, I will be putting the track list and a link to that playlist on Spotify on the description of the video. Yeah. So if you want this recording, let me know. Right, so that's the end of my presentation. That's just to show you that bouncing, that moving, that using your body, you don't have to use your body in an organized flipping, what do they call it these days? Zumba, that dancing thing. Or you see people dancing on trampolines. I think that's hysterical. Or even spin classes. If those things are your jam, go do them. But it doesn't have to be the way. Yeah. I can dance in my chair. Mainly because I'm attached by a lead. But anybody can dance in their chair. You can dance in your chair. You can. And if they look at you like you're bonkers, yeah, tell them Tanya sent you. Tell them Tanya told you to play that Immortals track while cleaning the house. It's all fun. And it changes your state, either from the focusing study state that we were in before that breath work into the fun state that I'm going to send you back out in the world with. So I hope you have loads of joy in the rest of your day. I'm just going to click that. And if everybody's ready and there's no questions, I'm going to stop the recording now.